Hey, good day, everyone. So, quickly brief video here on EndNote X9. A couple of people have been asking about it. I thought it'd be easier just to post some information up about it. And if anyone else has any stuff they want to add, feel free to chuck it in the comments and add away. So EndNote is free for all students that are enrolled at tertiary university. It doesn't cost you anything. You just need to go to the Latrobe library, have a little look around there. I think it will be in the resource section, or if you actually follow this website here, it'll take you to it as well. So go ahead, download it, and just make note of when you actually do download it that you also get the correct style that goes with it, because Latrobe University obviously uses the APA format, and we've currently got APA 6, which most units are using, but APA 7 has been released, so some of you may be using that already. All you do is this is basically just an add-on to EndNote so that it knows what style output to use. As you probably know, Harvard's different to APA, so if you selected Harvard, it would look different when you use that output style. So yeah, so say head here and go to the website and download all that. Now, once you've got it in there, it will be automatically added to your Word, which is up here. You'll see EndNote X9 is in here. If you click that, it opens up the panel for managing it. So you've probably seen when you search anything up in the library or you go to a website and it will have the actual citation there. You can then download the actual RSI file, which will contain all the information about what it is you're trying to reference your paper. Now we'll get into this a little bit later, but not all the information that's in the RIS file is correct. So you do have to know a little bit about referencing so you can correct any errors or add or amend anything you need to. So you can do this in several ways. I tend to just do it through the program itself, but you can, if you want, insert directly from your panel up here. So if I wanted to insert a citation here, and like I say, I don't use this particular method, so I may be doing this wrong, but you'd insert citation, it will open up all the citations. You have to have citations obviously in there saved already. So let's say I'm looking for this one, it's Smith. I would type Smith because I know the name of the author, and it would come up with this one here. I'd click on it and insert. Now, here you go. This is the in text. Like I said, that may or may not be correct. But here's your bibliography, what part, the bit that goes right at the end. All right, so that's there as well. All right. Now, there's just a couple of things that you want to note here. Hence, this is why I use the actual program. So up here, it says go to EndNote. If you open that, it'll actually open up your EndNote here. So these are just some old references I found lying around in my downloads directory. I just chucked them in there. So I'll show you a couple of things you can do with this to make your life a little bit easier. So if you click on the author, it'll actually list them in alphabetical order, in different orders. If you want to put it by year, you can put it by year. If you want to put it by alphabetical order, which is how you're supposed to present it, you can do that. So there's a good reason for doing that, because what you do then is you can then select all of them. If this is for a project, say, and this is all of the references you've got for the paper, you can highlight them all, right click, and you click here, copy formatted. When you go back to your paper here, you can type there's, if you go Control V, it'll actually put them all in. You'll just have to change all the manually how you make them look, so you can change them and go in and obviously make them the double space that they need. But there we go, it'll all be done for you. All right, but it's not as always as easy as that. Now let's just show you, for instance, here where you can get some things that can go wrong with doing this. Is, as you notice here, Australians needs to have a capital A. Asia needs to have a capital A. There's probably something in there somewhere that you can change this, but yeah, I've never noticed it. Now here in this particular paper, I know that this particular paper is all about the endoplasmic reticulum, so I know that the ER on the paper is actually capital ER, okay? Little things like that. So other things to look at is make sure that your DOI is correct, make sure that any websites, if they're listed on there, are not blue. and actually set as a link. You need to remove that. And yeah, other things, make sure that the italics is in the names for the journals and the page numbers. Anything that you need to have, you need to add. You need to just double check. All right. So going back to EndNote here and opening it up, I'll show you a couple of good tricks that you can do with this. Is now you see over here it says there are no PDFs attached. You can actually, if you download the PDF, which I'm pretty certain I did download one. No. You can actually add, if you click on it and open it. So we'll go to this one here, the validity. All right, so when you open up your reference, this is how it will look. So here's all your authors. This is what you're looking for, things like your journal, your volume, your issue, your pages, things that will be important. Down here, your DOI. So sometimes there'll be things in these other parts, but they won't be displayed in your thing unless you have the output style. So down here, it gives you a bit of everything about the thing, the paper. But if you want to actually add the paper to it, you can actually attach a PDF. So see, it opens up here, and I'll click on that one, and I'll open it, and there we go. It brings up the actual document. All right. So easy as. And then when you go back, you always want to make sure you save any changes. Okay. And for some reason it doesn't like to add this one. It takes its time. There we go. Now, there you go. So you can see it's actually in there now. So if you want to refer back to the paper, you can actually go in there, and you can even highlight and do things within the text. So if you need to go back to it. So it's really, really, really good. You'll get used to it as you go along, understanding that when you click on each one, you might be looking at certain things. You might notice that something's missing, like in here, let's say that bit might be missing, and you might know it's from such and such place. So you just go in, find it, and enter it yourself. So always double check them. Don't rely on it and make it think that it's going to do everything for you. Now, when I leave each one of these, I always click the little X, and yes, I want to change it. All right, and it'll update. So yes, you can do that. It's really great. It's a good program to use. It does a lot of stuff. You can actually search through things in here. You can do a lot. So yeah. Now the styles thing I was talking to you about. When you download the styles, you need to save them as an actual style. So you can have here, so you can change the style. If for some reason, let's say we were going to go to APA 7, I would go in here and select, and I would find APA 7 here, and I would then choose that one as my output method. And what that will do is it will actually change how it looks on your Word document when it comes to it. Now, the good thing about that whole selecting it all and putting them in order is that they actually go in alphabetical order as well, which is really, really good. There are some other things in there that you can do, such as in your settings. You can go in there and you can set the output so that you can actually output in 12 font times New Roman, so that it matches everything, so you haven't got a lot of post-processing. So I think you can probably put the double spacing in there if you really want. But yeah, so that's EndNote. It's very, very good, and it's worth doing. If you want to actually add a reference yourself, you want to physically add one rather than do an RSI. So let's say you're doing something different, like a website. You would click on the little Add New, and you put in all your info there. Let's say it's me. 2020 journal. Mine. Well, it's not a journal, so we're going to change that. It's a website. So you go down here and you go web page, and it changes, as you can see, what it is. So you can put in the name of what it is you're trying to do, and basically just check with the referencing tool for Latrobe what it is you actually need to add for something like a website. Obviously the URL. So you put your URL in there, www.endnote.com. Okay. So when you come out of here, save this, it'll actually be added in here. And when you click on it as well, it'll actually, if you click on the reference, it'll actually show you what the reference looks like. Okay, so you don't even need to go right into it. You can, if you click on this one, say, you can see here, if there's any errors, you can actually look at it and go, this is how it will look when transferred to Word. All right, there's probably a heck of a lot that I've actually missed on here, because you can do various things through here. I just don't use this part of it. But yeah, I hope that's been helpful. And if anyone else has any really handy tips, maybe something that I could learn, please feel free to add something. That'll be great. All right. Thank you.